This is Matt Welsh with Spiritual Media Blog, and today I have a very special guest, Shani Bahar Azulay. Shani is a spiritual life coach and a healer using magnetic medicine. Shani, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
And real quick to get started, can you tell our audience where you are at right now? Where are you from?
I live in Israel, but I'm working with people from all over the world.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so great we were able to connect. It's always really exciting to connect with people from all over the world. Um, so we are here today to learn more about you, your work, and your background. So to get started, tell us what are some of the common issues that you see as a spiritual life coach, and what is your approach to working with people?
I like to separate it of two subjects. We have some people that stuck on their life lesson, for example, the gap between what they want and what they need, financial problem, relationship problems, and their needs to understand why things happen to them. So we work about their life lesson. And the second one is people that they did some spiritual journey and they have some knowledge about spirituality and they want to do their next step and to understand what is their role in this world and how they can use this role to influence the global change that our world has since the COVID pandemic. So I like to separate it for two subjects.
That sounds great. So when you say their spiritual role in the world, do you have a lot of people asking you, what's my life purpose and how can I find it?
Sometimes I have some surprise answers, like if they work in any job that they need to work, or what is the role. So I like to change them the definition of role. They think about this is my job or this is my social project that I need to realize. And if we change it, we don't want to limit their free choice to any specific job or any task that their soul wants that they will do before they born, and they need only to realize it. I believe in collaboration, and I believe that the role is the inner sources of knowledge that we have, and how can we realize it according to the abilities that we achieve from our life lesson and according to the collaboration with our soul when we are doing their spiritual development.
Yeah, I really like that about your work. It's helping people tap into their life lessons and soul. And to make that a little more concrete, how can we find our life lessons? How can we tap into our soul?
So the first formula that I like to use is how the reality behaves to you like you behave to yourself. When we when we try to change the formula from, oh, why is it happened to me, or I like or suffering or any mind manipulation, we can change it of learning and of the relationship with our reality. And when we understand that, I can give you an example of my client that she told me, I saw a bagger when I was in driving to my job, and I saw a bagger, and he tried to knock to my window in my car, and I didn't know what to do, and I was in spatial shock that I never had. So I asked my client, how the reality behave to you like you behave to yourself. And she told me that when she was young, her mother told her that she will not earn enough money, never, and she will not. She learned her to be scary about money issues, and she did it for her child. So I told her, if you see the bagger, did you see the bagger or did you see the fear of the surviving mood
Hmm.
that your mother entered to your mind? And when since this situation, when she saw any baggers, she has a sign. This is a sign that I don't need to be in surviving mood.
Oh, that's great. So getting them to shift, and then if she's not in surviving mode, what mode did she transition to? How did she see them now?
This is one thing that's special in my job. I don't like to choose with my client any change to any changing that they need. because if I will do a structure of change surviving mood to infinite mood, it will be limitation. And if we want to think out of the box and how much creativity that we can, we don't need to limit ourselves. So I give my clients the responsibility to choose any structure that they need in this specific moment.
That's great. That's great. So what about, I like how you use that approach when she saw the beggar, but when you talk about how reality is treating people, what about people who are in more difficult realities? Maybe it's a job where they're being treated unfairly, or it's a relationship where there's abuse, or they're, in a war-torn country where they're experiencing severe trauma. How do you work with people with some of those greater challenges?
So I like to separate four levels of life lessons since the community situations or global situations like the war or COVID pandemic to our private life. I like to start with global situations like wars or pandemics and so on. And after that, if we don't understand how to connect it to our personal life and how the reality behave to us like we behave to ourselves, we will move to our it will be closer, let's call it like this. It can be someone that close to us or our community, our city, our big family, close but not close. And if we also don't understand how it connect to us, it will move to the next step to our relationship with ourselves or close person. And it will not be in our body, it will be more attention, more suffering. Unfortunately, a lot of people learn from suffering. This is a free choice that I work with my client about. And it will be in a relationship, in close people or with ourselves, but not physically. And in the end of the levels, the life lesson will come to the body and it will stay there until we will understand how the reality behave to us like we behave to ourselves.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I heard that. So if there is some sort of, like something like COVID or war or more of a global tragedy, try to help them to focus more on, what's their immediate relationships, what's in their immediate control. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. And then so, let's take that a step further. Let's say their immediate family or their immediate job, they feel like they're in a really unfair or challenging situation. Um, how do you help people shift out of that mindset?
I think that unfair situations invite us to discover abilities that we didn't know that we have.
I
A
like
lot of
that.
people in suffering find that they can do something that they didn't believe they can do. S- So find the abilities like childhood games, like find the treasure. So find the ability.
That's great. That reminds me of like a concept called post-traumatic growth, where we can grow and develop strengths during suffering, and those situations help us. Um, and then does that help us, draw out our life lessons, or what are some of the common life lessons that you work with people on?
So it's very different by person to person, but I have four life lessons that I found that common to all the people that I work with them. The first one is trust life lesson, to be trust with someone and don't be depend in their abilities of proofs that I can trust him. So I trust because I choose it, and if I didn't understand why things happen to me, this is my life lesson, and I want to take responsibility to my development, to my life, to my role in this world. So the first one is trust. The second one is the money issues. A lot of people told me, but I don't have enough money. So money issues mean management life lessons. And if we want to manage our money, we must have to find, sorry, we must have to find where can we manage ourselves better.
Hmm.
And one more life lesson like this is a relationship life lesson. Why we expect something from our family, our parents, and they don't fulfill our expectations. And in this kind of situation, we have the collaboration that most of the time we need to our role in this world. I have a client that she was very fight with her mother, and after some weeks of development, she told me my mother is very brave because she introduced me all the belief system that I don't have any courage to do, and we
Hmm.
find the collaboration.
Wow. So it sounds like just helping them work through some of their relationships and issues that may have developed as a child also.
Yes, because most of them try to prove I behave like my parents, or I don't behave like them. I need to conflict, or I need to agree. And when we go out from this proof system, we can feel more balance to see what they have, and we don't have any needs, any courage to do. What is the collaboration here? We don't need
That's
to prove ourselves.
that's great. And I want to make sure I heard you. I thought you said four. Was there trust, money, relationships? Was there a fourth one?
Yes, the last one is a spiritual life lesson, because this kind of life lessons sometimes, until people finish their life lesson, they don't deal with it, because this is the last one. The last one means a relationship with ourselves, in a relationship, in a reality. How can we find an access to any ability that we want that exists inside us? So if I don't, I have some clients that they finish all their life lesson, and they are in the remembrance and direct collaboration with their soul. And this is the last life lesson that they did. And they told me, I never know, for example, if they are in Israeli people, I never know how to speak English well. But in one day, I did download from my soul all the English level, and I know to speak English in
Wow,
one day.
that's awesome. That's been in one day?
In one day, yes.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So the last one is the most difficult, but is the most exciting life lesson, to feel that you have any access that you want to any ability that you want.
That sounds great. So how can I connect with that lesson? How can I connect with my soul and the access to any sort of capability that might be in there? Or how do we know what that might be?
So I like to start with the formula that we talked about, how the reality behave to you like you behave to yourself. And after you understand it, you can find that you have a lot of benefit from the life lesson that didn't solve yet. For example, I have a client that she has she need to be sick. All months she is sick. But
Okay.
in same day, same time, she is sick. All the first month.
Oh my.
First March, first April, she is sick in same date.
Oh my.
And I asked her, what is your benefit from this situation? Because we find the gap. And she asked me, I don't have benefit, I'm sick. And we stay in this question. And I asked her, if you will not feel sick, what you don't have any permission to do? And she asked me, I don't have any permission to get some rest. And we
Ah, I see.
and we book a call that in second first the 1st of March of May, I think it was May, yes. In the 1st of May, she will get some rest one day before, because she prepare her body to give up this kind of benefit, and don't focus on this benefit when the 1st of May will come.
I see. So you're helping them see like what's the payoff or the benefit of the symptom. So for this client, they're sick, and being sick was like the only way they could get rest. Or at least they thought
Yes,
that subconsciously. So you help them recognize that payoff and then find a more healthy way to get it rather than just being sick all the time.
yes.
That's great. I mean, it's really interesting. I'm a psychologist, so I mean, I see that sometimes people, their depression or their anxiety, or they may have a physical injury. It's giving them some sort of secondary gain or benefit, and it's like, we can help you achieve that without feeling sick or depressed or anxious. So that's awesome. Um, how did you how did you tell us a little bit about your background? How did you get interested in this, and how did you develop just the knowledge or skill set that you have to help people in these areas?
So it was by mistake. I like to start with it.
Okay.
Eh, it was start. My parents are police officers, both of them, and also their parents.
Okay.
So when I was 11 years old, they saw TV news and they complained about the political situation in Israel. And I asked my mother if everyone complied here. It was days of elections and so on. Why people don't do something? So she told me a sentence that opened me a word. You can do it.
Oh,
So
wow.
so I was started to do. I was started to write an alternative option to the administration of Israel. And when I was 15 years old, I was started to do some lectures about it in my high school. And after that, I asked my teacher in high school, I finished to write. What is my meaningful now? It was 4 years of writing, and I invited some friends to help me in write. I opened a industry of writing. So my teacher told me, you don't need to wait, you can start. So I opened the young parliament, and I saw a lot of people from any population in Israel, Arabs and Jews and religious and people that they are not religious, that fight each other a lot of times. So I was started to try some way to build some bridge between them because we have a lot of people population here. And I was started to reflect them their life lesson. And during this social activism area, I find the system. So they asked me, can I invite my mother or my friend to work with you about their life lesson? Because after 4 or 6 meetings, everything will change.
Nice.
So I was started to take some responsibility in the young parliament of to pass our life lessons, and I find it that it connect to my writing. So all my life I write some spiritual knowledge, and I never did something about it. So I combine my writing. This is my favorite hobby to my social activism. And by mistake, it was born. So 8 years now, I work with people from all over the world. And
Wow.
that's it.
That's really fascinating. So it sounds like growing up and living in Israel has influenced your own life lessons and spiritual journey.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I live these conflicts all my life, specifically because my family came from the police.
Yeah, and how has that affected your spiritual development and just your own life lessons?
My first life lesson is it was publishing life lesson. My physical body, because of my channeling and my spiritual knowledge that I like to write, I have a hypersensitive in my ears, in my eyes. This is not my glass. This is a blue light glass
Mhm.
because of my hypersensitive senses and so on. So I was very shocked about the fact that people will come to me from the social media and I need to record videos and so on. This was my first life lesson. And I was started to collaborate with people and I don't believe that we need to learn everything. I like to collaborate with people, so I collaborate with someone that he has a podcast place, so I can record podcast there, and he can get from me a reflection about his life lesson, and after that a video editor that I reflect him life lessons, and he gave me the video editing. So I like to change skills because this is the way for my side. They don't limit anyone sources. We have the abilities and the abilities will never finish. So this is my way to start and to overcome this kind of life lesson. I have it sometimes, but I'm trying to do it.
No, oh, that's great. It sounds like you've really flourished during times of some challenging situations. And tell me a little bit more about the hypersensitivity. I mean, is it just related to your physical senses, or is it on like a hypersensitivity of people's emotions or spiritual nature? How does that hypersensitivity work?
It can be for everything. I can specifically in my ears from the school days. I have headphones that I can put. Uh, I have misophonia. I have sensitive in my ears. All the senses is very hyper specifically for energies or people emotions. So I'm trying to balance myself between my messages and what the things that I want to show and my rest.
That sounds great. Um, and also another thing that really captured my attention is you use magnetic medicine.
Yes.
So for people who have never heard of that or are not familiar with that, can you talk a little bit about that? What is magnetic medicine and how do you use that?
So, like we talked before, I learned some people that finish all their life lesson to do download, to take some skills that they can learn it in one day and they don't need any process. So one of the things that I did download, I'm student of medicine, except of my job. I will finish my doctorate in October.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Uh, so I learned them to do some download, and one of the download was how can we find a solution to do some huge energetics changes, not according to the consciousness, because a lot of people think that the consciousness block them to understand or to feel some things. How can we develop our emotion system without go through our consciousness and to circulate it? So I built a machine of camera that can show that we have 8 energetic bodies around our physical body, and we can change them and to read, to write any history that we want, to change our memories, and to do some huge energetic changes not according to our consciousness, and to feel the energy, and after that to give our consciousness the option to explain this kind of changes. So this is the main goal of magnetic medicine. And I don't like we talked before, to limit people that they don't know or they don't do any magnetic sessions with me or with my other trainers. So I develop a introduction course about magnetic healing that people can do in their home, and I put it in my YouTube channel. That's it.
No, no, that sounds really interesting. And I want to make sure I heard that correctly. You said you have a machine that can measure or see people's 8 energetic bodies. Did I hear
Yes,
that correctly? Now,
yes.
can you do that like online through Zoom, or is that something in person?
I can do it also online. It's in my computer.
Wow. So you take like a picture, kind of like a screenshot, and then you get their energetic bodies, and then you give them information about that. Is that
Yes,
kind of how it works? And this is something you developed on your own?
yes.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So what is it? What might we learn? Like if you were able to see somebody's 8 energetic bodies, what do you learn when you get a picture of that?
All the body has his role. So we have the second body, the history role, if we want to change any things about relationship or about our relationship with ourselves, any last life parts and so on. We have, for example, the seventh energetic body about the all the inner sources of knowledge that we have about our role in this world. We have a lot of subject, and when we read any bodies, and I learned and I teach some people how to use this machine, we can write some code in light language. This is another language that I work with it, and to combine science and spirituality and to change the history inside the body.
Wow, that sounds really fascinating. What are some of the results or insights that people have gotten when they use that?
Specifically in magnetic healing, I like to work with people that their life lesson is, if you remember, the fourth level, the last one
Oh,
in the
okay.
body. The life lesson came to the body, they want to solve it, and they don't know how to. uh, to balance their consciousness to the life lesson that they want to solve. So a lot of people with the Parkinson, dementia, people that in the third age, people that they have a chronic disease, cancers, and so on. I had some people that heal this kind of machines and heal this kind of disease according to their energetic work without to connect their consciousness, uh, sugar issues in the blood, everything can be finished when we do magnetic sessions and when we are ready that the body is the result of the mindset.
Wow, that's really cool. And I know we've covered a lot. Are there any other services that you offer that you feel like are important for people to know about?
Um, I have a unique I have a unique service specifically for people that want to feel more clarity about spiritual world. I have a lot of clients that they told me we have a question that we don't have an answer. We have a question that we feel that we can answer it when we finish this life. I like the clarity. So I opened a WhatsApp club when people can enter to WhatsApp group and they can write any question anytime. So we have an AI machine that I print in AI all my answers, and the AI answer like me in WhatsApp group, and they can get specifically immediately to their phones the answer immediately. They don't need to wait. They don't need to do a spiritual journey. They can get an answer immediately. So I like this gold club we call it, and we have a lot of people that try to understand in real time. I have a life lesson that I deal with it right now. How can I do it to find the benefit and don't feel the gap between what I want and what I need? So I like this immediately service. So this is the first service that I recommend to people to do, except of the personal plan that I do to write a syllabus and to collect a lot of services for people specific goals.
That sounds really fun and really helpful. How is there a name? Is there a way to access this on WhatsApp?
It's a gold club.
Oh, okay. All right. And then how about you what and I'll put this also in the write-up, but what is the best way to get a hold of you and what's your website?
shanibaharazulay.com.
Oh, okay, that's easy. And we'll put that in the write-up. Shani, is there anything else that we haven't gotten to today that you were hoping to talk about?
I want to give some message for all the people that hear us, or they will find this interview in any platform. That it I don't care, and you don't need to be care what you will choose. But if you choose any way to develop, do it with fun and with happiness, because this is the main way to be a human being, from my side.
Oh, I love that. And I can really feel the fun and happiness from you. It's 5 in the morning where I'm at, and I'm already feeling very happy and fun to start my day. So thank you so much for being here with us all the way from
Thank you.
Israel. All right.